interesting that you never even hear like Bradshaw being mentioned as like a top 4 quarterback of all time. I think you hear a lot more Montana, Unitas. I think you hear Elway and Marino, but you never hear Terry Bradshaw.
Well, Bradshaw did not have the talent of those guys, and quite frankly, he had great running game. He had, you could argue, maybe the best defense ever. You know, with the steel curtain. This is something to see interesting. Did any of you guys watch Cocaine Cowboys on Showtime?
No.
It's a documentary. Well, you need to watch it because you'll find out what Florida was like in the old fucking rolling days. And I mean, it was fucking insane. And I want to point that out to Anthony, who met some of my cop friends from Miami when they dropped by unexpectedly at NEW. And he was like, what is that about? And I'm just like, you know, just fucking play it cool. These guys are just going to leave in a few moments. But as of right now, we, you know, we take care of them. But because the cops were scarier than the fucking, well, cop criminal. It was cop/criminal in Miami. But, so these guys are giant coke dealers. During the Super Bowl in the 70s, the entire offensive front line shows up 2 days before in this fucking coke dealer's fucking apartment, and they sit down and just do fucking rails.
Holy shit.
That's the coke dealer's fucking point of view. That everybody just sat there chopping and snorting a couple days outside of the fucking Super Bowl. And, of course, Mercury Morris was dealing himself. You're not just fucking playing football. You're fucking dealing.
Those are some bad dudes in the 70s. When you look at those football teams, you're like, the Raiders were the scariest fucking looking team of all time.
You might as well call them the Hells Angels. They were the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if any human being has ever been off the fucking rails twos. John Matuzak was out of his fucking mind. And everybody was, you know, oh, that's just twos. Oh, he's at another gay bar.
6'8" monster. Yeah. But between them and the Steelers and the Vikings, guys just looked tougher back then.
Yeah. Here's Too Fat. How are you, brother?
Ron Fez, what's up, buddies?
Yeah.
Favorite show on the radio. Listen, I don't think it's fair to say that in the 70s it was easy to get away with 4 titles when, you know, it was an even plateau, the way baseball with the steroids, you know?
Yeah, I mean, all right. What I'm trying to say is it was easier to keep that team together. Once you had the fucking championship team, it was easier to keep everybody on the same team. Because if you look at those Steeler teams, they're basically the same guys. Well, you can't do that with the Patriots. It's really is apples and oranges.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to apples and oranges, I pick oranges every time. It's much better. They're sweeter.
Really?
Yes, they're tastier.
I pick an apple.
Yeah, so I. Green apple. I'll take a green apple over an orange any day of the week.
I'm an orange guy. I like sun-kissed oranges.
Fez, I can't believe you from fucking Florida turning your back on the orange.
Yeah, I like a nice...
When's the last time you had a good apple?
Oh. Yeah, it's been a while, but I like a nice Macintosh apple.
Well, tell me the last time you had a great apple.
I probably had a great apple 3 years ago.
What?
Wait a second.
I'm going to disagree. I bet you got to go back over a decade since you've had a great apple. I don't think great apples exist anymore.
But even if you are an Apple fan, you can't say 3 years ago.
I'm going to tell you right now, go to the fucking market. Whatever those red, waxy things that you have sitting there, they're not fucking apples. I don't know what they are. And don't get me wrong, I hate a fucking seedless orange as well. I don't even know what those things are.
Those, and then you have those, like, miniature oranges.
Yeah, I'll take those.
What do they call? Oh, man.
Mandarin oranges? I'll take a tangerine over all the pricks. Or a nice blood orange.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I love that green apple. And during the fall time, you can get a lot of green apples. Yes, you're right. Don't ever buy them in plastic. But most supermarkets will have a nice green apple for you.
Bullshit.
I'm telling you.
I don't even trust anything in the supermarket. I'm going to go to a farmer's market before anything. That supermarket fruit isn't even fucking fruit.
All right, but there's plenty of places to pick apples.
You don't.
I don't. I know I don't. But
so don't sit around and act like, oh, yeah, you can get these. You're not getting them. Fez is going back 3 years, and I want to know where you got this apple of yours, because I don't believe you.
It was across the street at the farmer's market on Roosevelt Island.
You just did the gimmick I said. I should have kept my mouth shut. And that farmer's market, that place you go, where are they getting their fruit at? Because I've been to that.
You know what? I don't know where it comes from.
Thank you. Because it ain't from the Amish, ain't getting that. Because they'll have it all different times of the year. They're going down and buying it with everybody else.
Okay, but
that's not coming straight from a farmer.
One thing about an orange that I dislike is when you're done with it, your hands are so sticky. After you eat an apple, you do not need cleaning products of any kind. You can just go on your merry way.
Juice. Because there's no fucking juice. You're eating wax fruit. Here's Chris. Chris, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, have you guys heard of the Graples? I live here in Berks County in Reading, and they have apple grape hybrids, and they're apples that taste just like grapes. Crazy. I don't even like apples, but I eat them because I love grapes.
That's pretty cool.
Maybe.
Ugh, that's frightening. Mike, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, I saw that Cocaine Cowboys. Definitely an awesome show. Recommended. Yeah. But the question I had, the movie Blow, is there any correlation whatsoever between that character and that Cocaine Cowboy story?
No, I don't think so. I think the guy from Blow was a West Coast guy, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I think it was California.
Yeah, he wasn't a Miami guy. But
who's
even
scarier than that woman?
Well, I'm going to tell you even now. I mean, I remember even in the 90s, the television news went out and tested money. Just like would take $1 out of your pocket, $1 out of Fez's pocket, walk down the street and test. They would sat there and they ran tests. 90% of the cash in South Florida had traces of cocaine on it. 90% of the bills were used up and people were fucking snorting coke.
Holy shit. That's incredible. How is that even possible? So was that...
Because everybody was doing coke. So everybody.
Wouldn't that almost mean that maybe 90% of the population was doing coke?
I think 90% was low. To say that only 90%, because I didn't meet the other 10%. At least they didn't go to comedy clubs. I'm willing to say that. Everybody was fucking doing coke.
That's incredible.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, I've been to some after-hours clubs down there that I'm going, are we going to get out of here alive? Are we going to be able to leave here? That's how fucking wild it was.
It's not that way anymore, is it? Right?
You're out of your mind if you think it's not that way anymore. Of course it is.
It still is, huh?
You're fucking behind on enemy lines when you're in Miami. You are, everyone just goes to South Beach and thinks that's Miami. That's one little that's like saying, oh, I've been to Times Square, so I know everything there is to know about New York.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Miami's like a different fucking country.
Because the drug laws these days are a lot more severe.
It would depend on who's fucking in charge of making sure the laws are done.
Oh, I see.
If the fucking police are part of it, what does that have to do with?
Okay.
And one like the fucking drug laws weren't fucking severe always. Josh Sherman Fez.
Yeah, Ronnie. The guy from Blow was actually from Massachusetts.
Yeah.
From there, he moved on to Florida selling weed. Then he got caught in Chicago, and then after Chicago, he moved to California selling coke.
Yeah. All right, peace. Here's Tom. Tom, you're on Fez. Go ahead, Tom. You're on the air.
Oh, it's Colin, not Tom. Sorry. Hey, Ronnie, there was a show 2 years ago on MTV, an Urban Legends show. They tested 1,000 $1 bills in New York City, and over 900 of them had cocaine residue on them.
I'm telling you, people love fucking Blow. I was just at that baby fuck party. Nice young gentleman with a fucking thing coming out of his lip. Hey, bro, you want to split this 8-ball with me? I said, yes. That's all I want to do right now.
Holy shit. But you didn't. Oh, boy.
Anyway, that's the whole point of it. So, Cocaine Cowboys is the name of this. You got to check it out.
I will. If it's on Showtime on demand, I'll watch it tonight.
Fez, have we heard back from them young men that we met from CBS TV the other night that were at that party?
No, I did not get an email back.
Were they supposed to email you?
Yeah, I believe so. Yep.
Did anybody take their email?
No, I asked for it, and they said they would email us.
Maybe they were bullshit then, huh?
So, yeah, because I did ask for it.
Yeah. Here is John. John, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, Ronnie.
Yeah.
How you doing, buddy? Do you remember, like, in the early 80s, after the murders, when they were really going, cocaine was flooded. It got so cheap, like, everybody had it.
Right.
Everybody in South Florida.
And nothing was getting stepped on either.
No, it was brutally raw.
Yeah. Yeah, it was unbelievable. And all you would think is, I got to get off stage as quick as I possibly can and get back to the fucking coke. Whatever anyone's doing, all I want to do is get back to the coke. Coke is the weirdest fucking thing that makes you never want to stop doing it.
Well, it's very addictive.
Is it?
Yeah.
Thanks for pointing that out. I didn't know. Now I know.
I did only once.
Why am I talking to you then?
I don't know.
Oh, that's right, because Fez is behind glass. Here's Mike. Mike, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, what's up, Ronnie? Hey, listen, Ronnie, I used to go to after hours in Brooklyn, and we would get so whacked out on coke that, the place we went into, they would pat you down and then roll down the gate behind you, and it was in a basement,
Right.
And I remember the Happy Land social fire in the Bronx where the guy came back because he was mad, and he threw gasoline in the front of the place, and he killed all those people, So
somebody's famous's wife, the body heat girl. It was her husband that owned that joint, right?
Yeah, that's
Captain
right.
Turner?
And then some nut job came back, threw gasoline on the entrance, and everyone got killed trying to get out of that place. I was so paranoid, all zipped out of my mind, that I stopped going there altogether. You know what I mean? It was nuts, Ronnie.
Oh, yeah, so many of those places were just... there was this place I remember in Tampa. It was like a bottle club, which means you had to bring your own bottle and put your name on it and leave it there all the time. So I think it didn't even open till like 3 or 4 o'clock. You'd leave there 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, and I mean, just fucking gacked. But they used to do this thing, like at 5 o'clock, they would come out with these miniature bologna sandwiches. And it was this, you knew that if you were sitting there at 5 o'clock in the morning, eating these very tiny bologna and mayonnaise sandwiches, that your life was going nowhere. Your life was not going to work out for you. And I'm not saying anything because I don't want to give anyone names, but there was an instance there where a couple gentlemen came in, walked through the fucking door like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning with shotguns. Laid the fucking shotguns on the bar to trade them for coke with the bartender. Oh. Now tell me this is not a fucking dangerous situation. A, where that seems like a good idea. And then B, when no one will call you on it. I go, what are you doing walking in here with shotguns? Instead, like, all right, I'll give you the coke, but I'd rather have cash than these shotguns. Oh, sick fuckers. It's all sickness, Earl. You never got high either, huh?
No.
I'm going to dose you, just to see. I'm just so curious. Why not? You want to trip, don't you?
No, I don't want to trip.
Why not?
I know me. I'll just completely freak out.
Yeah, and then what happens after?
I mean, I'm
then
afraid,
we get New Earl.
I'm afraid I won't come back.
You shouldn't come back. You're a fucking loser. Maybe the person who comes back is a winner.
I mean, like, come back like Sid Barrett never came back.
Sid Barrett could outproduce you at any day. You're not even Sid Barrett. You have no idea, Earl, how far gone you are. When I went out the other day, found out you never got back to Wiki. You never got back to Just John. And I'm like, what does he do in here? Everywhere I go, people are let down and furious with you.
Well, I don't mean to. And then with Just
That's
John,
right.
with Just John, I did get back to him.
You did not. Because he still was in the dark until I was talking to him. Big party that we're doing with the RonFez.net people.
Saturday, Studio B in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. Everyone be there. Get there around 9 o'clock, 8:30. And we're going to have an incredibly fun time. And it's not just for RonFez.net. It's for everybody who listens. Everyone come on out. Studio B, Williamsburg, Saturday, December 15th.
Yeah, we got to make it. Why wouldn't they just say that other party was their party?
What?
That baby fuck party. By the way, I noticed there are very few .net people there. Very
Really?
few, yeah.
Interesting. Well, I think that they're saving up for the big party on Saturday.
Everybody doesn't intermingle anymore. Matter of fact, I really think it comes down to me, Fez, and Ant. We're the only ones who like to go everywhere.
Yeah.
And get along with everybody.
Well, you guys, yeah. You have a lot of friends.
You do, or did.
I did. Well, look, this Saturday, we're all going to put that all behind us. Yeah. It's for everyone, so everyone come on out.
Hey, Jeff. Jeff, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, what's going on, buddies?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was happy to catch that Cocaine Cowboys last Friday. And I'm watching it, realized it was part of my family. It's like watching a family album on freaking TV.
Yeah.
It was great.
Well, they really even brought it down to, like, you know, the thing about cocaine, like, it was like the first drug that wasn't really, you know, like a hippie drug. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was for fucking, you know, go-go people. And they were even saying, dentists, doctors, everybody was doing it back then.
It's huge. It was huge on Wall Street.
Yeah,
in the 80s.
Anything that keeps you moving. Of course. Here's Rick. Rick, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, what's going on? Dick number 941 checking in, buddy.
Yeah,
Face!
Yo, I gotta agree with you, Ronnie. If Earl went on a 3-day coke bender, he would totally be a changed man after that.
It's anything. You need to make some kind of move, Earl, that you stop being this guy.
I mean, I don't think the answer is coke or any.
What is the answer?
I don't know, but I would not take a narcotic.
No. I could probably get mushrooms, Ron, and they're very natural.
Would that help him, though?
Do you know that we've given 100% of your fucking jobs to Fez now? You're not even doing the bookings anymore.
I still have a say in that, don't I?
So you're okay with that?
I'm not okay with it. I'm not okay with it at all. I don't even know how that. I'm not exactly sure how that happened, but I'm not okay with it.
Because you don't get back to anybody.
That's not.
And Fez fucking stepped up and said, "I'll take responsibility."
I mean, I don't know if that's true or not, but I don't want to take.
My life is all emails and phone calls now, but I don't mind. It's for the good of the show.
Craziness.
But I don't think narcotics would be the solution to any of that.
Well, would it be like a job fair?
Earl,
would you like to go to one of those job fairs, Earl?
Earl, I can't do the cocaine for you, too.
I will. I will till you're able to, pal. What are you thinking? Life coach?
No life coach for me.
Why don't you go on the road with Team Obama? Seriously, why don't you think about joining that group?
I don't know, politics was never really my thing. As much as
he loves turning down stuff.
Oh, he loves it.
You can throw out anything. Earl, would you like sex? Nah.
I'm not gonna
drugs. Nope.
I'm not gonna turn down sex.
Fun? No.
You've turned down all of it.
I'm not into fun.
Bill, you're on Run Fez.
29875, my brother. Hooah! Hey, Ronnie, we never went through the summer of Earl, the Extreme Games Earl for the summer. How about Extreme Games Earl for the winter?
Earl is not going to do this.
Come on, Earl. Man up.
Man, I'm not. I mean, I prefer warm weather. I'm a baseball guy. I'm a football guy.
Those aren't extremes. You were going to do extreme in the summer of Earl, remember?
Yes.
None of that happened. Now even the Today Show is doing it.
I didn't know the Today Show was doing it either.
You don't know anything. How many fucking years is going, love to have Levon Helm. Looking to get Levon Helm on.
Yeah.
What happened at fucking Imus's first day back? Who was his guest?
It was Levon Helm. But
yeah.
You know, and I'm trying to make that happen.
But you're saying that you're best friends with Levon Helm's manager.
Yep, you have.
Yes, and I mean, when Imus was unfortunately, when he was let go, he had to leave on booked for that, and he was making up that booking.
In the meantime, he could have come over here.
For fucking 9.5 months.
But I've asked. I put the ask in. I made the phone call.
I put the ask in.
Put the ask.
You put ass in.
He put the ass in Levon Helm.
Yeah.
And that's what you got back.
His problem is he's always thinking of Levon Helm's ass.
I'm not thinking of anybody's ass.
Definitely not women. All right, this came up, too. Fez had a...